Season 4 of Money Heist finished with Alicia hunting down the professor after being dismissed from the task force that was leading the charge against the heist and pointing the gun at the professor. But is Alicia linked to the Berlin and the professor? Could Alicia be Tatiana? Or could she even be Professor's sister? Welcome back to Movie Bar, and I break everything you need to know down in this video. The theory that Alicia and Tatiana are the same person first came about when both characters were introduced in season 4, pretty much around the same time. When Alicia was introduced as a police inspector, Tatiana was introduced in a flashback as Berlin's girlfriend as they got married. Now Tatiana was a robber herself and was actually told of the plan of the Bank of Spain by Berlin, which of course we saw how displeased the professor was with Berlin for telling her the plan. This link between the two is too hard to ignore. It's mainly the fact that they look so similar, with both of them being red-headed, and any other differences can be explained by the 5-year time difference between the flashback and present day. In season 4, Alicia managed to capture Lisbon in the tent and she told her about her late husband in a speech, who went by the name German. But I don't think German, who Alicia was talking about, has any link to Berlin, and I'll explain why. German is not actually the word for the country, and in Spanish, if she was referencing the country, she would have said Alamen. Also, if he were to be Alicia's husband, he would have had to survive the first heist of the Royal Mint. Otherwise, how do you explain Alicia being pregnant? The timeline just doesn't add up for Berlin to be Alicia's husband. And there's no case of Berlin having survived and gone into hiding either. It's already been confirmed by the showrunner that Berlin indeed was killed off, saying, "It is that he died a lot, we killed him too much and there's no way to revive him." So for anyone that had doubts that Berlin could still be alive, that's out the question. Berlin is 100% dead. But Alicia's husband has to be some sort of relevance for the show to bring it up and make it a relevant story in the show. So I think we'll have to wait in season 5 to find out who it is, if we're pretty sure that it's not Berlin. And this isn't the only reason that Alicia and Tatiana are not the same person. They're both played by different actresses, Alicia being played by Najwa Nimri and Tatiana being played by Diana Gomez. And for those that didn't know, Alicia and Lisbon were in the police training together, so she would know that the timings do not add up, and as Alicia spoke about her late husband, it seemed to know that Lisbon knew him. If in fact, and it's a big if Alicia is actually Tatiana, then she has to be undercover and been undercover for years. But as I said before, the timelines just do not match up for that to happen. If it is, then they're gonna have to come up with something amazing to convince us, and I wouldn't put it past them because they've come up with some amazing storylines in Money Heist in the previous seasons. What makes sense is for Alicia to be Tatiana's sister, which is why she's such a good inspector, because her sister was a robber and she's of course learned from none other than Tatiana about how robbers think, about how they act, and it's why she's been able to have Lisbon tracked down, the way she uses Axel to shoot Nairobi, and how she manages to track down the professor. And despite her being dismissed by the task force leading against the heist, she's so determined to track down the professor, because don't forget, we don't know what happened to Tatiana. She didn't just vanish, and because we've seen the flashback of her and Berlin getting married, there's certainly another story there to be told. And this is one of the reasons that kind of makes me think if she is actually Tatiana, and the reason she's so determined to find the professor is to avenge Berlin's death. But before they do that, they've got to need a hell of a lot of flashbacks to make us understand what happened to Tatiana, and they need the timelines to match up. And while some believe that Alicia was Berlin's wife, another possibility is that Berlin, Alicia and the professor are actually siblings, and it makes sense that all three have such similar traits. The three of them are super intelligent, can predict what other people's next moves are, they're real bosses, and they all love music, especially Berlin and Alicia. They have very similar personalities. We saw the ruthlessness streak of Alicia when she used Nairobi's son and paraded him outside the Bank of Spain, something only Berlin would be capable of doing, as he wanted to kill Monica in the first heist, who is now Stockholm. The traits are too similar to ignore. Berlin wanted to kill Rio and Alicia tortured him. I may even take it one step further and say that they could be twins, and this is why Alicia may end up helping the professor, as we saw at the end of season 4. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Do you guys think Tatiana and Alicia are the same people? Could they be sisters? Or could she actually be the sister of the professor in Berlin? Or if you think there's something else that I've missed, let me know down in the comment section below. If you guys like the video, then be sure to hit the like button, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos on Money Heist and other TV shows, I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews and breakdowns, especially when the show hits our TV screens. So if it's something you're interested in, then hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.